All right, boys and girls, we are ready to talk about our letter for today. We learned this letter yesterday. What letter is it? Yes, it is the letter Q. Mr. Q likes to ask lots of questions. The letter Q makes the qu sound. It sounds like a K with a W right next to it. Qu, question. So this is an uppercase Q. Q says qu. This is a lowercase q. Q says qu. All right, we are going to read a book and see if we can hear some more Q sounds. The title of this book is The Quiet Quail. Quiet begins with a Q. Quail begins with a Q. And if you remember, I told you that most of the time when you see a Q, there's almost always a U following it. The Quiet Quail, the author is Heather Feldman, so she wrote this book. The illustrator is Rusty Fletcher, so he drew the pictures. Quincy is a quiet quail. He likes to do quiet things. Quincy likes to snuggle with his favorite quilt and listen to the quiet pitter-pat of the rain. All right, a quail is a bird. Quincy likes to sit quietly and read. Quincy likes to take quiet walks. Sometimes on his quiet walks, Quincy meets his friend, Dottie Duck. Dottie is not very quiet. In fact, Dottie is quite loud. Quack, 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 quack. Hi, Quincy. Quack, quack, shouts Dottie. Hello, Dottie, whispers the quiet quail. Quincy and Dottie sit in the park. Quack, 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 shouts Dottie. What a beautiful day. Quack, quack. Dottie quacks and quacks till Quincy's head hurts. Dottie, please stop quacking, says Quincy. But Dottie is quacking so loudly, she does not even hear the quiet quail. Quincy decides to go for a swim to drown out Dottie's quacking. He spreads his quilt on the grass and jumps in the pond. Suddenly, Queenie the dog trots by. She grabs Quincy's quilt and runs away. My quilt, cries Quincy. Someone stop Queenie. But Quincy's voice is too quiet. No one hears him. Queenie runs right past Dottie. That's Quincy's quilt, quacks Dottie. Catch Queenie, quick! The other animals hear Dottie's loud quacking. They chase Queenie. Queenie is quick, but the other animals are quicker. They snatch Quincy's quilt from Queenie's teeth. They give the quilt back to Quincy. Quincy thanks all the animals for rescuing her quilt, especially Dottie. Your loud quacking saved the day, Quincy tells Dottie. And for once, the quiet quail is happy to have such a noisy friend. All right, boys and girls, we always look at the last page, the picture, looking for things that begin with the qu sound. All right, I see the quail, and his name is Quincy. They are sitting on a quilt. Quilt begins with a Q. There's a queen. Queen begins with a Q. She has a quarter in her hand. Quarter begins with a Q. This is called a quill. A long time ago, people would dip that into ink to write with. There's Queenie in the background. I don't see anything else that begins with a Q, I don't think. Let's check and see. They found quail, quilt, quill, queen, and quarter. Yes, that's all. There weren't very many. We don't use the letter Q a lot. All right, here is our cheer for the letter Q. Q is for quail and a quilt for your bed. Q is for queen with a crown on her head. Q is for quack and a quarter to spend. Q is for a quarrel you have with a friend. Hooray for Q, big and small, the quaintest, quirkiest letter of all. Boys and girls, it talks about a quarrel you might have with a friend. A quarrel is another word for like an argument or a disagreement. All right, so we are going to write the letter Q. All right, you know you're going to put your name at the top. Make sure you're writing your letters with a pencil, boys and girls. I do not want any letters coming in that you've written with magic marker or glitter pens or crayons. Use a pencil just like you would at school. I use a marker just so it can show up and you can see my writing. It would be hard for you to see a pencil. All right, let's practice with our finger first. Uppercase Q, start at the top. Go around and curve it and close it. Then you put a little slant at the bottom. Lowercase Q, start on the dotted line, go around and close it, bring it down and kick it back. All right, then you're going to trace a row with your pencil. Curve around, close it, put a slant. Curve it around and close it, put a slant. All right, finish that whole row. Then you're going to write a row. Curve it around and close it, put a slant. Leave a space. Curve it around and close it, put a slant. All right, after you finish that whole row of uppercase Q's, come down and trace lowercase. Start at the dotted line, go around and close it, come straight down the side and kick it back. Do not pick up your pencil, boys and girls. Leave your pencil on the paper the whole time. Go around, close it, come straight down, kick it back. Lowercase Q. Then write your row. Make sure you start at the dotted line, make your circle and close it, come straight down the side and kick it back. It's going to take a little bit of practice, and that is okay. We're just learning. But keep your pencil on the paper. Go around and make your circle and close it. Come straight down. Kick it back. Lowercase Q. Q says quoi. All right, then at the bottom of your pattern, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. So trace a row. And then write your row. Uppercase Q, lowercase q. Alright, boys and girls, I have also put the link to Starfall for today so you can look at the letter Q, because we didn't do it in this lesson, so I will just put it on the class page so you can click on it and practice the letter Q. Alright, boys and girls, do your best work and I will see you soon.